Good morning, Faithful. Happy 49ers game day. I'm Damon Morehouse from At the Seams, and we're going to be talking about 49ers game day today. So inactives today. Nick Martin is out with a concussion. He's been out for 2 weeks now. Hope to get him back soon because he was starting to turn it around. He was starting to actually play really well at the linebacker position. Tatum Bethune is still out with an ankle. Hoping to get him back soon as well because he's going to be a big part if the team wants to make a playoff push. Because he's going to have to be their starting linebacker. And their linebacker right now is probably my main worry about this team. Sam O is out with an ankle. That's not very good, but the way that the defensive ends and defensive lines, how they work it, they've got a lot of depth, and everyone's just kind of in and out. So hopefully that this doesn't hurt us too much. CMC is questionable with a back injury, but he's going to play. He's been kind of questionable all week with an illness and then a back, but he's going to play today. And Pinheiro is also going to play today. He's going to be coming back, which is very exciting for 49er fans. And let's talk about the Titans. The Titans are coming off a win against the Cleveland Browns, a thriller. But they just kind of got a little lucky at the end with some coaching decisions made by the Cleveland Browns. Going for two, when they had to go for two the last time, but going for two when they scored the touchdown before, it really didn't make any sense to me. And then the play they called on the second 2-point conversion, that was a terrible play call. You're taking the ball out of the hands of Shedeur Sanders, who's got 360 yards and 3 touchdowns. I don't understand that, but I'm not the coach. So the Titans are probably one of the worst teams, are the worst team in the league. Maybe the Raiders could be worse, but maybe the Browns, I guess. But I think Cam Ward is going to have problems today with this defense, and I know they've not really been able to get a lot of interceptions, but they're getting pressure. They got a lot of pressure on Shedeur, and this Titans O-line isn't very great. I think the 49ers they're gonna be in Cam Ward's face a lot today, which is something weird to say about the 2025 49ers, is that they're going to be the quarterback's face a lot. But I think they're starting to turn around a little bit, and hopefully we're going to get Gross Matos back at some point this season. And we're just it's a defensive end by committee right now. We don't really have a star defensive end other than maybe Clelin Ferrell is playing really well, and Bryce Huff, he's also playing pretty good. But look, that's the thing, is we can just kind of swap in and out, and it's going to be good. I think Cam Ward is going to throw the ball to the 49ers twice today. I know they didn't have an interception last time against the Browns, but they had 2 against Bryce Young, and they had 2 against Jacoby Brissett. So they're starting to turn this around, and I think they're gonna get 2 interceptions today. I think Cam Ward throws for 150 yards and 2 picks. I'll give him a touchdown in there. I'll say I'll throw a touchdown. But coming off, and now to the 49ers offense, coming off a week where the Titans were absolutely thrashed by Shedeur Sanders, I think Brock Purdy has a very good game today. I think Brock Purdy's going to throw for 260 yards. I think he's going to throw for 2 or 3 touchdowns today. I think McCaffrey's going to have a little less carries because I think Brock Purdy's just going to be playing that great today. I think the Titans are kind of a get-right team, and I think the 49ers are going to get right today, and they're going to win the game. And they're going to win the game with ease, almost. I don't think obviously anything could happen. Anything could happen on any given Sunday, and that's why that's a saying. But I mean, our defense is playing well. I know the players may not look great. Like, our defensive ends are good. Our secondary, the statistics behind the secondary aren't good, but I really like our secondary. I think a lot of the reason that the stats behind our secondary are bad is because nobody is going to guard an NFL receiver for a long time. And if we're not getting any pressure on the quarterback and the quarterback can just stand there and wait for somebody to get open, somebody is going to get open. And that's why, our secondary, like, statistically isn't among the top. It's actually pretty low. It's in the late 20s. But Deommodore Lenoir is really good. Renardo Green is really good. Upton Stout is pretty good. I like Jair Brown, and I like Malik Mustafa. And I think if they could get more pressure, you would see how good these DBs actually are for the San Francisco 49ers. Another problem is we don't have linebackers, and that exploits our corners as well, because you can't do anything. The tight ends are always going to get open, and that's what we have problems with right now is the tight ends, because we don't have anybody that can cover. Because D. Winters is not a good cover linebacker. Luke Gifford just isn't good at any part of the linebacking position. And it's just tough because, we went into the season with such high expectations and everyone's injured, but here we are still 9-4. I think they moved to 10-4 today. I'll say the 49ers win 27-7. Cam Ward throws a touchdown and 2 picks. Brock Purdy throws 2 or 3 touchdowns himself. I think McCaffrey will... I don't know if he'll score today. I think he'll have a receiving touchdown. I think McCaffrey will have a receiving touchdown. I think McCaffrey will run for 70 yards. He'll have 70 more receiving yards. But I don't see him getting like 30 carries or 25 carries today. I think Brock Purdy is going to throw the ball. They're in California. They're at home. It's warm. They're gonna sling the rock around, I think, and I hope they do, because when Brock Purdy's right, he's a really good quarterback. So yeah, I'm going to take the 49ers 27-7, and we're going to move to 10-4. And we also need to talk about the Colts and the Seahawks. Philip Rivers coming off the couch, 44 years old. He's facing the Seahawks defense. Not a lot of hope there for the Colts. However, who knows? Maybe Philip Rivers is going to be really good. Who knows? I think the Seahawks will win that game. I think they'll win. I don't want to say easily, but I think they'll win pretty comfortably. I think it'll be like 27-13. I don't think Philip Rivers is going to be able to hang on with that defense. And then the Rams actually, I could see the Rams losing today to the Lions. The Lions are kind of like on the outside looking in, and they really need every win. So I think they're going to come out and they're going to play hard. And I think they have a very good chance against the Rams. So let's go Lions this week, and let's go Colts, and then we'll see where we are if we go to 10-4 next week, and the Seahawks will be 10-4, and the Rams would be 10-4. We would be in first place at that point. So just got to see what happens.